There's something different about the moment you landed here. Don't rush past that. Don't treat this like just another video you're scrolling through. Because whether you believe in timing, intuition, divine nudges, or none of that at all, something brought you here right now. And it wasn't coincidence. There's a reason this message shows up before your next collapse. Not after, not during, but right before. Your future self has been trying to reach you for a while now. Not with loud warnings or dramatic signs, but with quiet discomfort, with a heaviness you couldn't name, with a growing sense that something inside you is getting close to breaking again, the same way it's broken before. And here's the strange part. You already know it. You feel the tension building beneath your calm face. You feel the pressure sitting on your chest when you wake up. You feel that subtle fear, not of failing, but of failing the same way you did last time. That's the warning. That's the message. And that's why this moment matters more than you think. Because collapse doesn't happen suddenly. It announces itself in whispers long before it screams. You have a cycle. You know you do. Maybe you don't talk about it. Maybe you don't even fully admit it. But you've seen it happen enough times to recognize its shape. It starts with pressure. Little pressures at first. Too small to take seriously. A few skipped routines, a few avoided responsibilities, a few internal promises broken quietly. You say, "I'll get back on track tomorrow." You always say that. Then the pressure grows. Your mind gets loud. Your energy gets thin. Your emotions get unpredictable. Too flat, too sharp, too heavy. But you still push through it, pretending everything's fine, until one day, you collapse. Emotionally, mentally, spiritually, sometimes physically. Every time this happens, you tell yourself you'll never let it get that bad again. You'll change. You'll fix everything. You'll restart your life. But here's the truth you've avoided. You don't collapse because you're weak. You collapse because you ignore the early warning signs. Your future self is trying to get your attention before the cycle repeats again. Before you numb out. Before you shut down. Before you disappear into survival mode. Before you lose another month, another year, another version of yourself you could have become. This message is the interruption, the pattern break, the moment where the loop finally cracks open. And if you let it, this will be the last time you collapse the same way. You think you're exhausted. You think you're overwhelmed. You think life is just heavy right now. But none of those are the core problem. What's really happening is this. You're living out an identity that can no longer hold who you're becoming. Your old beliefs, old habits, old coping mechanisms. They were enough for the version of you from a year ago. But they're not enough for the version trying to emerge now. Your collapse isn't coming from failure. It's coming from expansion. You're outgrowing the container you've been forcing yourself to live in. Your mind knows it. Your body knows it. Your emotions know it. The only part of you that hasn't accepted it yet is your identity. And that's why you're breaking at the edges. Your future self is telling you, you can't keep living from the version of you that was built for survival. You're not surviving anymore. You're transforming. Transformation isn't smooth. It's not peaceful. It's not aesthetically pleasing. It's uncomfortable. It's destabilizing. It feels like falling apart. Because you're not losing control. You're losing the need to control what no longer belongs to you. Your future self has been whispering to you in ways you overlooked. You lost interest in things that used to excite you. Not because you're lazy, but because those things no longer align with where you're going. You feel restless even when nothing is wrong. That's the signal of a life that is too small for you now. You're drained by conversations and places you used to tolerate. Your energy is purifying itself. It's refusing to fuel what drains you. Your emotions feel unpredictable. That's the old identity breaking its structure. Your mind feels cluttered, foggy, loud. That's what happens before clarity. Your system is clearing old patterns. Every signal you thought meant "I'm failing" actually meant "I'm shifting." But you didn't know that, so you kept forcing yourself to be who you were, even while every part of you was begging to become who you are now. That forced self is what's collapsing, not you. When people feel collapse coming, they do something dangerous. They run backwards, back to old habits, back to old emotional patterns, back to old comforts, back to old versions of themselves that feel familiar. You have done that before. That's why you collapsed in the past, not because you were breaking down, but because you were breaking backward. Your future self is warning you. Do not return to the version of yourself that survived the past. That version is not built for your future. You can't carry your old identity into a new chapter. It's too heavy, too limiting, too rooted in self-protection. And you want more than protection now. You want meaning. You want stability. You want peace. You want growth. You want a life where you're not constantly fighting your own mind. That life requires a new identity, a new operating system, a new internal structure. Your collapse is not a sign to retreat. It's a sign to rebuild. Here's the message your future self is urgently trying to send you. Stop measuring your progress by how stable you feel. Stability isn't the beginning of transformation, it's the result. You think something is wrong because you feel unstable, because you feel uncertain, because your emotions aren't predictable. But instability is not a warning sign. It's a transitional state. You are not collapsing. You are recalibrating. There is a difference. You are not losing control. You are losing old control mechanisms. You are not breaking down. You're breaking open. You're not failing. You're shedding what can't go with you. This moment is not the end. It's the renovation before the new foundation is built. And you cannot rebuild a life on a foundation that's cracking. Let it break. Let it collapse. Not you, the old pattern. There are a few agreements you must make if you want to stop repeating this cycle forever. Stop pretending you're the same person you were before. You are not. You've emotionally outgrown environments, patterns, and expectations. Collapse happens when you cling to a version of yourself that no longer exists. Stop forcing yourself to care about what no longer aligns. Interest disappearing isn't failure, it's direction. It's your future self pulling you forward. And stop waiting to feel ready. Readiness isn't a feeling, it's a decision. It's choosing awareness over autopilot, identity over fear, becoming over repeating. Your future self is already waiting for you on the other side of this moment. But you can't meet them while carrying the weight of who you used to be. There are signs you're not collapsing. You're rising. Your old habits feel uncomfortable. Your old fears feel louder than usual. Your body feels tired in a deeper way. Your mind feels both overwhelmed and strangely aware. You're craving solitude. You're questioning everything. You're uninterested in pretending anymore. You're feeling a pull toward change you can't explain. These are not signs of collapse. They're signs of transition. Pressure always rises right before transformation. Because the old identity is fighting to stay alive, and the new identity is fighting to be born. That tension you feel, that heaviness, that inner tug of war, that's not you falling apart. That's you being stretched into the person you've been avoiding becoming. If this moment is hitting you in a way you can't quite explain, declare something with me. 4 words. I won't collapse again. Not because you're promising perfection, but because you're choosing awareness. because you're choosing to interrupt the cycle, because you're choosing to stop breaking the same way. Your future self wants you to know something important. You don't collapse because you're weak. You collapse because you've grown stronger than your old life can support. You don't break because you're fragile. You break because you're outgrowing the version of yourself built for survival. And you don't fall apart because you're lost. You fall apart because you're shedding the pieces that don't belong to your next chapter. If this message reached you now, it's because you're standing at the edge of becoming. Collapse only feels like an ending when you forget that every ending is a shift of identity. You're not close to collapse. You're close to clarity. You're close to alignment. You're close to stepping into the life that matches who you truly are. The only question left is simple. Will you keep walking with the version of yourself that always breaks? Or will you finally step into the one who no longer needs to? Your future is watching, and it's waiting for your answer.